Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mr. Phil Show. It's me alone tonight because our dear sweet co-host Lori, my LS little sister, is under the weather. So I'm going to be broadcasting to you alone tonight, along with my one guest who will be on later. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to play a game tonight. On my album, I have this song with two different verses. There's a country verse to this song, You Won't See Me Cry, and then there's the original ballad verse of this song, You Won't See Me Cry. At first, I'm going to do the country version of it. Okay, that's the upbeat country version. And then at the end of the show, I'm going to do the ballad version. Okay? And you could call in and say which one you like better. Okay? You could call our number 856-5666. That's 845 area code. 845-856-5666. I'd like to get your feedback on it. Okay? So I'm going to get started right now, and we're going to do the country version of it right now. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. 'Cause I got my pride. I know that you love him more than me. Pack all your things and go. I'm setting you free. But you won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. 'Cause I got my pride. Did I go wrong? I thought I had it made, but then she came back and started again. But you won't see me cry. You won't see me cry. Go with him, walking away. You never did look back to see the tears on my face. But you won't see me cry. You won't see me crying. You won't see me. Where did I go wrong? I thought I had it made. Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to call my guest KB up. Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yourself? That was a pretty catchy tune you had there.
Okay, and you'll hear the other version of it later. Okay, so tell us about yourself and about your career in singing.
Well, my name is KB, aka Kurt Blake. I'm from Washingtonville, New York. Not too far from here. I have always written music as a hobby. I started when I was about 13 years old. I got an album from The Who and bought an electric guitar and
Wow.
joined a rock and roll band, and it's kind of been my hobby, playing guitar and writing music.
You still in that rock and roll band?
No, I'm not in the rock and roll. Sorry, I'm nervous. I'm not in the rock and roll band now. No.
You're an individual artist then.
Yes.
How long were you in that?
solo.
How long were you there in that band?
In the rock and roll band? I'd say we were together for about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
We split up. We were supposed to do a PT Cruiser festival. We were going to play at a PT Cruiser festival, and I don't know. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was going to be a promising festival. I didn't think. No.
What's a PT? What kind of festival is that?
Like, those PT Cruisers, those cars that kind of, they look like old cars, but they're new cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was going to be a PT Cruiser festival we were going to play at, and I just didn't think it was going to be very promising, and I was foolish, and I called the shot and canceled it, and that was the end of that.
Wow. Sure.
We make mistakes, and we live and we learn.
Next time, let's say, play at a Cadillac festival instead.
Yeah, I think that might be a little more promising.
PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
I remember I test drove one time.
A Cadillac?
A
Or
PT Cruiser. Because I used to have a lot of, through my years, I had a lot of Chrysler products.
Yeah.
I used to like them. In fact, I had a 1988 Dodge Aries, and I kept it for 11 years.
Held up for 11 years.
It held up for 11 years. Yeah. And, and then after that, I had a Plymouth Breeze, 98. And then I had a Dodge Stratus. So those are just, 3 of them in a row that I had. But I had a lot of Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth. I had a Plymouth Duster at one time, which I loved, I could go on and on.
They're nice cars. I have a Dodge Caliber.
Right.
Yeah, Plymouth, no.
Right.
Different brand. I'm not too familiar with cars.
But I remember when I tested out the PT Cruiser, I drove it just 1 mile, turned around, and came back.
Wasn't doing it for you?
Because it just felt like I was driving a bus. And it was sturdy. It was okay. It was very interesting. It was sturdy. It was okay, but I just didn't want it for myself. Yes, it did feel like the old-fashioned cars.
They look cool.
Yeah, they look good and
Yeah.
all that. I was just surprised that nobody else ever came out with something like that.
Yeah. It's a pretty unique look,
Yeah,
very nostalgic kind of feel.
You think that somebody else would have come out with something like that, don't you?
You would.
But I win all foreign cars now. My son, he's got a Toyota 2007 Toyota Corolla, and I have a Hyundai 2008 Elantra.
How are they holding up?
Both. They're both holding up.
Good.
So I understand you know my son.
Yes. Yeah, we're schoolmates.
He used to operate cameras on this show.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be the cameraman on this show years ago, and plus he was on both sides of the camera. He used to co-host, and the days when we used to do the karaoke shows, he used to come on and sing on this show also.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in my psychology class.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Over at the community college.
Right. Yeah. So, so you play at many festivals or anything like that?
I play at the Tuscan Cafe in Warwick.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday nights. You will find me around 7 o'clock, 7:30.
Right.
But honestly, nowhere else really. And this is really mostly just a hobby for me. But I would like to maybe try to go further with it.
Right. In fact, I'm going tomorrow night. I got every month, Music for Humanity, Barry Edelman, he was on this show, in fact. He runs it. They have an invited thing, a coffee house over in Campbell Hall, Noble's Coffee House.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So it goes from like 7:30 until 10 o'clock or so, and they have 3 invited guests down there. Plus he plays also. And I get a lot of people from the show from that.
Huh. Yeah, I know. I think I know where that is. It's in an old warehouse, I think, right? A fancy establishment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, fancy place.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of the guests for the show from there. Then we also get, that's from the east side. From the west side, we get a lot of guests from Elliot Kane's Songwriters Workshop, which he does in Milford, Pennsylvania, except for the wintertime, every other Wednesday night. So a lot of people come from both sides besides anybody else that I may get. But that's the idea, try different things, and that's a good idea to do. So I guess you could get up there now and do some songs for us.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
A place inside my heart. Tonight I wish to God for a new start. I've been tired, I've been low. In my mind there's been nothing but snow. In my mind there's been nothing but snow. Heaven holds a place inside my mind. I wish for peace on earth for all mankind. Don't be afraid, the life that you have made may seem bittersweet like fresh squeezed lemonade. But all in all, you've done your best. You've earned the brownie points upon your chest. You've earned the brownie points upon your chest. Holy dishwasher, cleanse my soul. 'Cause my brain, it's getting cold. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. All my pizza has turned to crust. All my pizza has turned to crust. All my pizza has turned to crust. I see you walking around with a crease in your brow, and you're always biting your nails. And when you sleep, you grate your teeth, all your brooding is of no avail. Well, I've been thinking myself, you see, and it ain't doing me no good. I've been ruminating in this little room for years instead of living, loving life like I should. Oh, but go if you must, my darling. Go if you must, but please, please come back before your seltzer gets flat. I'm begging you, I'm down on my knees. Well, the good Lord said nice things are yet to come. Just suck on an ice cube and twiddle your thumbs. Well, all of mine melted and my thumbs have gone numb. Oh, Lordy, won't you pity a bum? Well, I've been a lovelorn sailor on a sea that's up and dried. My days are short and my nights are long. I've been so lonesome that I could cry. Oh, but go if you must, my darling. Go if you must, but please, please come back before your seltzer gets flat. I'm begging you, I'm down on my knees. Well, they say club soda could get rid of stains out of the rug. It's true, but it could never rid me of my love for you. So go if you must, my darling. Oh, go if you must, my darling. Oh, go if you must, my darling. But please come back before your seltzer gets flat. Gone, 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 gone. Callous is the weatherman, it will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. The needles of a pine dance to the ground. It brooded each and every Christmas till one year it died. Gone, 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 gone. Callous is the weatherman, it will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. A self-loathing giraffe always longed to be a camel. Got a calendar just the other day with an X in every box. Gone, 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 gone. Callous is the weatherman, it will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. An amorous chef poured his love in a sieve, and within a split second wept it was short-lived. Gone, 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 gone. Callous is the weatherman, it will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. Sweet Constance Brown wished to leave town. She found it was dull, likened it to damnation. She became sad and bitter, didn't even know what hit her. Was mumbling vile imprecations when a car ran her down. Gone, 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 gone. Callous is the weatherman, it will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. Oh, how many mouths lament, sing of the same plight in chorus. Sounds like a tin horn to the weatherman. They are of no consequence. Gone, gone, spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. Revel in the weather, man. It will never spare you ever, man. Gone, 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 gone. Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? I get my eat on with Sicilian slices. I get my fill for exorbitant prices, but I don't mind just as long as I'm one of Frankie's boys. Frankie's place is in the plaza. He makes pies for the paisans of the town. Walk on in through his doorway, soon you'll find that he's fun to be around. Once lost, you will be found as one of Frankie's boys. There's several other pizzerias in the state. Their delivery is bad, yes, the drivers are always late. But Frankie's boys wanna spread the joy. They'll never ever hesitate. And when you are done and you've had all your fun and it's time that you go your own way, Frankie will thank you, bet his lashes at you, say come back again someday. Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Boys, what would you like? Is it for here or is it to go? Whichever's fine, just as long as I'm one of Frankie's boys. Do some finger stretches here. It's Labor Day, and I'm still in pajamas, lying in bed and dreaming of llamas, and dreaming of you, and dreaming of me, and dreaming of us. And what could have been, what could have been. Well, it's Labor Day, and I'm sitting here grunting, 'cause there's nothing to do. And I wish there was something I could do or say. Do or say. The stores are all closed, So I stroll down the sidewalks. Where I go is unknown. Don't feel right in my clothes. Been naked in space. I'm not feeling this place. Sweet gingham girl, where have you gone? Things got strange, I got lost. Pay me in nickels to sing this song, and you could sing along. Well, it's Labor Day. Well, it's Labor Day. Well, it's Labor Day. Well, it's Labor Day. Bats are in the trees of summer's last green leaves. Night turns into day as the moon begins to fade. Cat scratches the door. As it meows, it wants some more. All the monsters go away when the moon begins to fade. I don't want to go back to where it snows, where the skies are always gray when the moon begins to fade. Fall is turning near, turning that will be next year. Watch the ghost begin to sway as the moon begins to fade. Well, I know you can't. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish, and it can't be backed by any tangible proof. But I'm certain that it's there, latent and waiting, someday to give its tenderness to you. It needs a catalyst. It needs a catalyst. It needs a catalyst to bring it out of remission. I've been wishing that it would for some time, but there's no catalyst. There's no catalyst. In my lab for many nights I've stayed up pacing. I cannot seem to rouse it from its sleep. Its dormancy veritably stymies me. The odds of its evocation seem so bleak. that I've considered discontinuing my increase, putting aside the entire affair. But all great minds of my field, they are unyielding, never to be driven by feelings of despair. Alas, I need a catalyst. I need a catalyst. I need a catalyst to bring it out of remission. I've been wishing that it would for some time, but there's no catalyst. There's no catalyst. La da da dee 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 dee. La da da da, la da 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 da. Ba 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 da da. It needs a catalyst. And all my colleagues scoff at my claims, hold in their laughter and cough at the mention of my name. And though I have misgivings myself, I am loth to put my beakers on the shelf, because an impalpable voice inside of me knows that I will find the key to corroborate my thesis in due time. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Oh, well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. Well, I know you can't poke it in a petri dish. My Jenny and me, underneath the old oak tree. It's a plum of a day, the kind you could smother with paste and place in a golden bound book. I can't help but to close my eyes and relish each and every breath. Then I open them wide and she's standing over me. Says she feels a certain way, though she don't know how to show it. Do 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 do. Try to wrap it in a bow. Bake it with flour and sugar and try to chew it. Line it neatly in a row. Put it in a silver locket for safekeeping, but that still won't do it. She gave to me a tulip, an unconventional tulip, gone as soon as it shooted from the pot. She gave to me a tulip, an unconventional tulip, one that blooms just as soon as it rots. I got up and I made haste, and Jenny be beseeching me to wait. I tell her it's all over, you blew the candles on my cake. Now I'm running down the hill, jumping over the chain-linked gate. The audience could tell I did not receive her present well. I was never given a flower before, at least not one like that. I never called on her again, 'cause I was taken so aback. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. years have passed, just like the tulip did, along with she into the ether. And I, alas, realize my foolishness and rue the day I misconceived her. Da 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 da. She gave to me a tulip, an unconventional tulip, one that blooms just as soon as it rots. Tonight I wished upon Mars, not the moon or the stars. I wished upon a wish I'd wish to wish, which I have always wished for. I like to look at the cars. They pass my house like waves in the ocean. I like to play my guitar, ride my bike and make magical potions. I don't know who you are, but I seem to get this notion that you are really far. My heart yearns and it's full of emotion, and the sun keeps shining down like the king of a shining crown. And when times are bad, I don't frown, because no matter what, my pants are brown, and the world goes round, and I keep moving. Tonight I wished upon Mars, not the moon or the stars. Tonight I wished upon Mars, tonight I wished upon Mars. Okay, I dedicate this next song to my grandfather, Roland Blake. Oh, it waits, oh, it waits, oh, it waits, oh, it waits. It waits outside, outside, out on the front lawn, amid the bright, colorful ceramic gewgaw. In the cool shade, it's twiddling its claws. Oh, it waits, 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 so patiently it waits. Ah. 25 years of toil and stress, doggone Empire State taxes. We've been aching to go where our bones wouldn't. We finally made our break. Oh, we've ached, 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 so patiently we've ached. So here we are on our block where the houses all look the same. Take the Pomeranians out for a walk, lounge in our chairs, intermittently doze off, Lunch on the porch in the evenings, join the bingo games. We're pleased as punch, so happy that we came. Birthday cards received and then thrown out with the trash. Nothing left to do but think about the past. First it comes for her, by and by it comes for him. Their ghost, free of mortal hindrance, drift off with the wind and retire to a place where no one has ever returned. On harsh winter nights when the air's thin and bitter and everyone is nestled in their beds, alone stands Smith with an axe in his hand, chopping wood out alongside his shed. In our kitchen, peering out the window, my father slaps his knee and he jeers. Through a gap in the fence, he is looking at Smitty, still chopping that wood all these years. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood, lest the fire begins to wane. Old Smitty, keep chopping that lumber asunder, and tomorrow start chopping again. When Smitty was just a young country swain, his family lived in squalor. His pa was always hopping from job to job, always living on their last dollar. Yes, the Smiths, they were always down and out, but seldom would they ever be moan. Instead, old Smith would kindle a flame, and they'd sing songs around the hearthstone. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood, lest the fire begins to wane. Old Smitty, keep chopping that lumber asunder, and tomorrow start chopping again. In the year of our Lord 1943, Smitty was sent off to war. He was shipped across the ocean to a strange and new land where he never had been before. He saw many a man starve in front of his eyes, but he'd help them the best that he could. He'd open his last can of pork and beans, start a fire and chop up some wood. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood, lest the fire begins to wane. Old Smitty, keep chopping that lumber asunder, and tomorrow start chopping again. When Smitty returned, he met a fair girl and wasted no time to propose. She was smitten with Smith, Smith was smitten with she, and anon they were gaily betrothed. She bore 3 of his children, 2 boys and a girl, cooked his meals and washed all of his clothes. The least he could do was cut down a few trees and chop wood to put into her stove. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood, lest the fire begins to wane. Old Smitty, keep chopping that lumber asunder, and and tomorrow start chopping again. The years they have passed, myth is long in the tooth, but still in the pink of his health. When hardship betides him, he stays in good cheer, never putting his axe on the shelf. My father derides him for toiling so much when he can buy an oil-fueled furnace. But the wood that he chops is for his house and his heart, thus he keeps on chopping in earnest. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood. Old Smitty, keep chopping that wood. I'd like to thank Mr. Phil and all the folks here at the Mr. Phil Show for having me on, well, the Mr. Phil Show, and I hope all you out there in TV land have a good holiday. I'm not a drippy sink or a kink in your sprinkler, a dossier you store away and bring out when you're feeling wary. And neither are you, we are neither and neither and either and either. It's no wonder when they call out our names, we always got trouble answering. Nigh on 7 years I pined away in my mailbox. The flag was red and tall for all to see, but no one or nothing came for me. And all the while my friends up and left without a seal or a stem. We could loop the loop and be the loop too. I've had it up to here with soapbox standing ghoulies, planting beans in my ears that grow very long, breaking my string, snubbing all of my songs, relentless and hungry. I crawled through the caves, I crawled through the weeds, woe begone, no way to evade them. So I pulled out a plum, no choice but to succumb. Nose in the matchbook, couldn't feel better. Though I still see you writhing under your sheets, insatiable and wishing for sweets, cursing the sun for setting so soon, weeping and wailing at the waning of the moon. But sleep 1,000 sleeps, There's no need to cry, 'cause in your heart's a confection shop, honey, with a never-ending supply.